Welcome, hello, Yasu, and hi. My name is Tai Kölner. I am an author, practitioner of the left-hand path, member of the Order Dragon Rouge, and an empath. Today's topic is Musen Be inspired. It is about how we can get us an ally to work on our skills, to manifest our ideas in our life, and what benefits are there to get a higher entity working with you. But before I dive into this, remember, subscribe the channel to stay updated. And if there are any questions about what the Order Dragon Rouge is, feel free to check out the website. I will link it down below because I'm not a representative of the Order. I just present my work here. So, as for first, what is a musen? The word musen originates from Greek. So, there's nice ladies inspiring people to write lyrics. Um, Same way you can work with any entity. It doesn't matter if you are naming them a guardian angel being at your side, or if you have an entity, as it is in my case, um, who is following up all your life and teaching on you, or if you are going to invoke an entity to work with this entity and so to feel inspired or to success in manifesting goals in your life. So I do not put a line. I'm not putting a hard line between entities who found you or entities you found. That's no difference because in the end, your two energy bodies are working together. If you do an invocation or if you do a prayer, the basic line is you get into connection into the energy field of this entity. This entity gets into your energy field, and so by merging of this energy fields, you will cause a reaction, and this reaction is learning, and this learning will enable you to either attract good happenings to support you in your life creation, so to say. So if you want to get yourself a new job, for example, there is first the law of attraction. So if you go out and if you say, I'll do it, you probably will make it more fast than if you go out and say, nobody wants me. And same on an entity, it is possible to manipulate energy lines. And so if you ally with an older entity, and if you can success in a cooperation, of course, their skills are far over top comparing to ours. That's why it is really meaningful to work together with older entities. It doesn't mean that we know how to do it. It is just that we know we got the will to do it. So if we are in an allyship with a higher entity, they will do the rest. I'm stopping because there was a joke. I want to give you a little story. When I was 7, I was walking into a church and I was talking to a priest there. And I was telling him how shitty everything was, and I was asking for an advice. And so this old man stood in front of me telling me, help yourself, so help you God. And I just, okay, what the fuck? I mean, if I did already do the job, I don't need anybody to later tell it was his job. It's like if things go right, it was God, and if things go wrong, you were. No. But It is a backflash of this talking, what comes into working with an musen or entity or guardian angel or a demon you invoke. It is when you are pushing forward doing your stuff, and when you are in an allyship to your entity you are connected to. This entity will support you in your doings. So you make the first step, but the entity will push further what you are already doing. So given the way help yourself so help you God, if intending that God is not really the big creator of everything but just a demiurge who did one part of the creation, he is basically one of the entities existing. So it is nothing else than pacting a higher being to work in energy construction, to work in manifestation, and those to success in whatever you want to develop. So, but what is it about the Musen? I mean, as an author, you're writing stuff, and there are times when you really push hard, but you cannot get together your thoughts. It's just chaos. And so there is a technique I want to share with you. It was the diving, I name it. You pick out a music, for example, may it be classic or techno or whatever the heck, or ambient, only one point without lyrics. It has to be just the music, and best way monotone. And so when you're writing, your mind shifts. You're falling into this music while you are writing, and so you can lower the border of the border between you and your subconsciousness. So it is your subconsciousness writing the lyrics while your consciousness is listening to the music. I don't know if this is understandable to you. It is by doing twice, by doing two things at the same time, you split your consciousness. One is working from the unknown realms, typing through your hands what is again conscious, and the other is listening music consciously while being in a flow with the text you're writing. About a musen, if you got an ally entity what is connected to your energy line, this is the way how you get a deeper contact to your entity to unfold in your writings. So, as I did tell in the video before, I am quite of a night owl. Best way is to sleep at days and to work at nights, but it does not always apply to the mundane work frame. So, and yesterday after recording the video, suddenly I got a note from my entity I'm working with, and she did define why it is. And this I want to tell you too. It is a good example of how they inspire us, be it in doing music, be it in writing a book, be it in doing art creation, paintings, whatever. So when you are sitting in the night and the so-called ghost time arrives, it's similar to what they say about the Samhain, when the thresholds, the layers are getting thinner and you get into contact with the entities, as they say on Samhain, on Samhain. Same is about the night time. Just, it is not 12 o'clock night, what is the so-called ghost time. For real, it is between 3 and 4 in the morning. So this is the time when I either am awake, or even if I want to go to bed earlier, you can be sure I will awake that time because I'm conditioned on this. I am conditioned on this because this is the time where you can access the energy fields around you and within you and to your allies far much more easy than in daytime. There is less the reason because of the clock, the time. It is more the reason because wherever you are living, in the time frame between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, most people around you will be sleeping. So most people are not consciously manifesting. Most people are anyways astral traveling, dream working, maybe traveling in some other planes and don't even know about. So the layers are very, very thin between this so-called ghost time between 3 and 4 o'clock. So if you do inspired work, and if you got a blockage, yeah, if you can't step further in your work and you're kind of blocked, you should maybe try to do some night works because it is easier to access into those layers during nighttime. Of course, if you're playing bass guitar, maybe mute it and put some headphones on. Otherwise, you maybe will not do your music session for a long while. However, this I wanted to share with you today. I really thought it's quite interesting because most people struggle with blocks when they are starting to get creative, and when they want to create something, it's fine. But if they have to create something like a professional writer or like an designer, for example, you sometimes block on a border you want to do, but you cannot find the right words or colors or whatsoever. And so in this time to get closer to your ally and to use the given connection, try on a nighttime if it doesn't work. Also, I would not put a hard line between invoking a demon or entity or guardian angel or spirit or whatsoever which is supporting you. It depends on what work you are doing. If you are just about being present for people, there might be an entity which is attracting people, could be interesting for you. If you are really doing an energy versus matter manifestation, so construction work in your life, then you really need a higher being. There you cannot use just any entity, you need an entity which is experienced on this way. And if I just go in a joking mind, about, no, you really need an entity which is a creator. And these are the old ones, no matter how you name them. So you would not call forth for, as a Christian, for Maria Magdalena, you would call forth for God, because he's nothing but a creator. And if you are not working on Christian way, you are you're calling forth for entities who are skilled in metal, who are skilled in sound, so amdusias, for example, or who are inspiring, and there you look for your allies. Best thing on picking an entity is you can unfold in several directions as your purpose needs it to. If you are obsessed by an entity since birth, or if you have an ally since birth, this is basically your line of working. It's a red line following all your life, and if you decide to not to do, all your construction will break apart. So it is basically your guidance, your guideline. This doesn't matter that this doesn't mean that you cannot pick another one in addition to your work. So, but you have to see if it harmonizes, if it works out, and there is much, I would say, experimenting. You will feel it, you will see it if it works. And this being said, I wish you a wonderful, inspiring, fiery day, and keep up the horse.